Hello, everybody. Bradley here, and I could not be more excited. For the first time, I'm finally getting to watch the gameplay trailer reveal thing for Civilization 7. I know it's been out for a couple of days. I know you guys are already on top of it, but this is my first time going through, and I love this kind of stuff. So I just wanted to give you my initial reaction to this gameplay reveal. It's 25 minutes long, so let's just hop straight in. Let's see what we're working with in Civilization 7. If I'm going to put thousands of hours into this game, I want to do the reveal videos correctly, you know? Okay, we're not getting R-rated Civ, so that's, that's a choice. It's probably a good choice, but I would have played an R-rated Civ. Oh, they're going for the narrator. Okay. So not Sean Bean. I kind of like Sean Bean. I'm not going to lie to you. Sean Bean scratched an itch in my head.
Throughout our history, ordinary people have done extraordinary
Gwendolyn
things.
Christie. What an inspired choice. Okay. All right. I can vibe with that.
Potential.
Brienne of Tarth herself. I love Gwendolyn. Beautiful voice.
They inspired movements.
I always wonder what the call to the agent is like.
Created
Like,
the
hey,
impossible
famous actress, we have a video
and
game.
destroyed the
Would you like to
indestructible.
voice over?
Ordinary people chose to change the world, chose to dream.
This is a cool mix of like live action Civ
To hope.
and, like obviously CGI
To
narrator
always
video
hope.
Civ.
And if there's hope for one of us, there's hope for us all. Now it's your turn to reimagine civilization.
Okay. Oh, we're getting
Build
screenshots.
something you
I saw
believe in.
Bolshoi. I saw Eiffel Tower. What do you think Brienne of Tarth's favorite wonder is? Or Gwendolyn? Like, what is Gwendolyn's favorite part of Civilization? All right, Sid Meier. Put this in my veins. All right, first things first, everyone. We're playing on Earth. All right? Big news. It's not Beyond Earth. We're not getting Beyond Earth 2. Good stuff. Baltimore, Maryland. Is this game based in Baltimore?
Hello, Civ fans.
Oh.
On
Oh, no,
behalf
that's
of all of us
where,
here at
yeah, that's where the
Games, we'd like to
Firaxis
welcome
studio
you
is.
to a first look at the next chapter in our Civilization franchise, Civilization 7. You know, looking back 30 years ago, Civilization was created during a time when we were still learning what games could really be. We were searching for that next big challenge to take on, which
Sid
led us to
Meier, you're a
thinking,
hero and a legend.
what could be
Much
greater
love, brother.
than putting the entire history of the world into a video game and make it fun.
Well, let's talk about it. For the entire history of the whole world, like maybe that's a stretch. Maybe it's like the most popularized and famous history of some of the world is making it into the Civ games. But the whole history of the whole world? I don't know.
3 decades later, it's because of your passion, your love for Civ, that we're still here
I
today.
do passionately love
In
Civ.
every game of Civ,
That is
you've gone
very
on a
real.
journey to build an empire to stand the test of time. And now the journey continues. Prepare to take just one more turn on February 11th, 2025.
Okay,
when we launch
February
Civilization
11th.
7 across
So that's
PC
early in the
and
year. So
console,
early next
all
year.
on day one
My work
for
in
the
the
first
spring
time
doesn't
in
even really
franchise
start
history.
till, late March.
This is by far the
So I can take a couple
the
weeks
most
off to play.
ambitious game we've
Hell
ever
yeah.
made at Firaxis. It represents a significant gameplay evolution for the Civ franchise,
Okay.
and it's a game we plan to
Significant
support for
evolution.
many years to come.
I mean, it looks
Today,
beautiful.
You'll learn about the vision for the game, the driving force that inspired our biggest new feature. You'll see your Civ world brought to life like never before, and you'll discover why Civilization 7 promises to be a revolution.
Not gonna lie, I'm already excited for that, like the wonder building graphic design, because one of my favorite parts of Civ 6 are those little videos when you build wonders. Whoever's on the graphics team for the videos of the wonders coming together, incredible stuff.
Revolutionary new chapter in this franchise that we all love so dearly. Please enjoy.
Oh, I will. You don't have to ask me nicely. I will enjoy this. I could be sitting on a bed of
Civilization
nails
is
and
the
enjoy this.
foundation of Firaxis. Whether you've been playing since the MS-DOS days or have joined us more recently, we're so grateful for your continued passion and support. When you walk around
How have I
our
not? I don't know
studio,
who Heather
you can
is.
feel the
How do we not know
energy
who
and
Heather is?
excitement
Hi, Heather.
You can see how inspired our people are to come in.
Is Carl
and
here?
build the
Give me
next
Carl.
Civ game.
Where's Carl?
Civilization is the
That's
ultimate
Ed.
historical
I love
strategy.
Ed, but we want Carl.
Your goal in Civ is to build an empire to stand the test of time. You select a civilization, led by a famous historical leader, and guide your Civ's journey across the entire span of human history. You shape your empire piece by piece, from what technologies you want to research to what civics you want your society to uphold.
I like how he's doing this, like, just in case you're only here for Civ 7 and you haven't touched a Civ game in whatever. This is the quick, you know, Spark Notes version of what a Civilization game is. Like, let's get to 7. This is the 7th one. We got the point. Like, let's rock and roll, baby.
And you compete with others on the world stage, engaging in diplomacy, negotiating alliances, and sometimes going to war.
Dude, stab her with that thing. That's a cool sword.
In every civilization game, your empire has always been represented by a single civilization. You play through the entire span of history as that one civilization. This time around, we want to take you on a new journey.
Oh, are they humankinding
For the
it?
first time ever, in Civilization 7, the story of your empire isn't just that of a single Civ,
Yeah, they're
but
humankinding
several,
it.
connected together through time. At the dawn of each new age of human advancement, you'll select a new Civ to represent your empire. You'll build on and carry forward your previous achievements.
So that's really interesting. So you're selecting a new Civ. Just immediate reactions here, because that's what we're doing. I didn't love the way it was done in Humankind, but what I like about the idea, and obviously everything is about execution, right? Like anything they could say could be great or terrible depending on the execution. What I like about the idea is I feel like in Civ 6 we're kind of limited to, like, Gilgamesh is a good example, where you have like your war cards early on, right? But you're kind of limited to the era in which your Civ's like unique abilities and units and buildings kind of play out in. And so for the Civs that have earlier unique abilities and units, you typically have a better time than the ones that have a later unique thing going on. And so I'm quite excited. I'll open-minded about this. I like this change. Broadly, I think it represents like a good evolution and a good use of like developer time and effort to kind of try and make this work. It's just, that's a whole lot of effort to try and balance that and make that fun and make that engaging. Interesting. Okay.
Achievements, while unlocking new gameplay bonuses to reinforce or pivot your strategy. And by the end, you'll have forged
It'll
a
certainly
unique
make playing
path
Deity
through
more
history.
fun if you can
To
pivot
show
your
you what we
strategy as you
mean,
go.
Let's take you through the story of one such empire.
All right, we're going through the story of an empire. Who is it? Rome? America? It's gonna be Rome. They love Rome. Or Egypt, Cleo.
It is the dawn of a new age. The age
Oh, don't start
of
there. That's a
Antiquity,
desert. No, you want a 2-2 Plains
where
Hill.
humanity begins to take its first
Gwendolyn,
steps
don't
into
start in the
annals of
desert,
history.
please. Yeah, Cleo.
The
They
great
love
pharaoh,
Cleo.
Hatshepsut,
Oh, that's not Cleo at
leads
all.
the civilization
Fucking, I'm an idiot. It's Hatshepsut, not Cleopatra. My bad.
of ancient Egypt. Among the arid desert lands and a winding river, the
All right, let's see what we can see here. Let's see what we can see. Still hexagonal tiles. All right, so that's part of the 30% that's the same. We're settling cities. We got a next turn button. We got a founder unit. All right, interesting. I've been doing a lot of pausing and diving deep here.
seeds of our people are rooted in sand and water. To discover what treasures and dangers lie beyond,
Oh, wow.
a brave
That's
scout
beautiful.
begins to survey and map the surrounding lands. As our population grows, a new granary is built to store food for hungry mouths.
That makes sense.
Its
And it's
location
going on a
decided-
tile. This is very humankind-like. Like, granaries and humankind are kind of built on the tiles. This looks a little bit more like humankind. There's a lot more ruggedness to this artistic style. It's a lot less cartoony, which I find interesting because if you go back on my Civ, like what I love about Civ 6 videos, I actually like the commitment to the cartoonishness of the whole thing. I think it kind of perfectly melds this blend of like because like the game kind of tricks you into being a historical game, but it's almost entirely ahistorical from the second you do a single turn in the game. And so what I liked about the cartoonish nature of it is it felt like the perfect blend of like acknowledging that this is a game based loosely on, not even based loosely, just based on real history. But the second you start playing, you're writing your own chapter. And so I find this art style really interesting.
A new district is formed.
All right, we still got
And
districts.
construction
Cool.
begins. With more food available, our people look to make improvements to the land.
That makes
An
sense.
ancient fruit ripe for cultivating is spotted. Dates will provide more sustenance for our citizens, and their sweetness will make the people happy.
Nice. I wish
A
making me
plantation
happy was
is
as easy as buying
constructed
me
to
dates.
harvest this valuable resource. Over time, our city continues to grow as more urban and
Oh, cool,
rural
cool.
developments
All
spring.
right, so let's just talk about what we saw there. We saw some districts kind of, changing within themselves. I don't know if this is like the equivalent of like a campus building a library. That's quite cool. Much like the district system from before, you saw them like put, I'm pointing at the screen, you can't see it. You saw them like put this district, whatever this is, down before the ones internally. So the city is still growing in a way that's, okay. Cool. I'm having fun.
Fourth, we pursue advancements in technology
Currency,
to serve the needs of our
masonry.
people.
Okay.
Breakthroughs in irrigation further enhance our food production, while
So we got
sailing
settlement limits.
unlocks our ability to traverse the nearby
So that must
waters.
be settlement limits. Those should be how many cities you can settle.
It is
Interesting.
now
'Cause that's
possible
new.
to journey further and expand our empire.
Nice on
With
the
a
ocean.
deft hand, our scout travels along a navigable river. Their
Okay.
tenacity is rewarded with the discovery
navigable
of a
rivers is different.
breathtaking series of waterfalls.
The implementation of that would be interesting because I wonder if it's just for
This
like scouting or
natural
trading
wonder
units, or if
of
that's
the
like in a
world attracts
war.
the imagination
I can
of our
move my
people,
ships up a
and
navigable
brave
river.
settlers begin the long trek to claim new land for the Egyptian Empire.
So I mean, a lot of this is still functionally the same, right? Like a lot of this is the Civ like 30, 30, 30, 30% something exactly the same, 30% like a new spin on something we're already doing, and 30% completely new stuff. You're still sending settlers out to settle. You're sending scouts out to scout. You have districts of some capacity. There's still a tech tree. There's still all your currencies at the top left. So one of the things that I thought of when the Civ trailer dropped is in the trailer that they were really trying to hammer home like this is the Civ 6 that you love but better. And that's what I'm getting here is they're really trying to hammer home like, hey, if you think that we are going to like mess with this game so much that it'll be bad, like you're mistaken. We're taking what we loved in Civ 6 and we're improving on that. And that's the vibe I'm still getting from this. We're 8 minutes in. It still feels like a very safe, a safe exploration of the gameplay so far.
A new town is established near the majestic falls. A town starts from humble beginnings and is initially used to gather nearby resources.
Oh,
Perhaps in the future,
no shot.
this town
Are there more than just cities? No way. That's incredible. Okay, that's the first thing that's excited me. A town is used first to gather nearby resources. That's one of my favorite mechanics in Anno, is that you have your big islands. They're your big cities, your big population centers. But then you have these little towns, these little outposts where you are gathering material to ship to those big islands to manufacture stuff. It's the same, like I live in BC, British Columbia, Canada. We have so many little like logging towns and farming towns. Like so many little towns, like their whole purpose and the whole reason they're there is to provide a resource to like a city. So that's the first change I'm super excited about.
will grow large enough to specialize and gain its own identity as a city.
Yeah, perfect. You start as a town and then evolve into a city is
Our
amazing.
expansion does not go unnoticed,
Yeah, I love that. I
foreign
love
scout is
that.
spotted, revealing the existence of a nearby independent power.
Yeah, kill them.
Initial hostilities are tempered
So these
over
are the
time
barbs.
as friendly relations begin to form. And peace does not dampen our ambitions. Our people strive forth to create great wonders the world has never seen before.
All right, I don't know what wonder that is, but that
As
looks
we
cool.
continue to expand and explore the continent, we encounter new civilizations.
Nice. Who are we meeting? Get in there. First
They are
meet.
eager to engage in a bartering of ideas
Ahsoka,
and goods.
world renouncer.
Trade routes are established, providing mutual access to each empire's resources.
Okay. That's
But our
also
rapid
very
growth does
humankindy.
not go unnoticed. Our neighbors' ambitions rival our own, setting us on a collision course. War is no longer avoidable.
All right. So again, really safe stuff here. Like, hey, diplomacy, we're going to get some trade routes in there. We're going to have war with people. These are all things that are very, you know, not unique to Civ 7. These are things that we're doing in all the Civ games. So I'm interested to like they're mixing this in really well, where it's like they drop the towns and cities thing, and I'm excited. And it's like, okay, here's some more stuff that you like from Civ 6. And then, okay.
A great army
Fight
is
it out.
raised, led by formidable commanders who spur
I wonder if
our
there's going to be
forces
anything
quickly
obvious
across the
here
land.
in the way the battles work. Okay, here's one thing. If they're going to steal anything from humankind, for the love of God, please steal the whole army as like on a tile. And then when you get into the battle, then your army spreads out into the adjacent tiles. That was the best thing that game did. And yeah, that's what I want. Give me that. Sid Meier, Carl, give me the expanding and collapsing military units depending on whether they're in a battle. And look at the trade ships there, boinked. Look at them. I don't know which one of these dudes like chucked their sword at a thing to set it on fire, but they got pillaged real bad.
Spears and arrows make way for iron swords and armor. The battles are fierce.
Gwendolyn is really chewing the scenery. She loves
We
this.
emerge victorious.
Nice. Sorry, dude.
But the challenges of this age have shaken our mighty Egyptian empire to its core.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we gotta fix the boats.
The world changes. We feel the pages of history turn as the age of antiquity comes to a close.
Okay, so these are the eras.
A new age of human advancement approaches.
The age of
The
badassery.
age of
Just kidding.
exploration.
I mean, if you've already destroyed
A
Rome
new
in the first
age
era.
brings forth new challenges and new opportunities.
Okay, so we're choosing legacies. This is different. So, but not even really, because you chose. This is the spin on the thing from Civ 6. Cool. What are these? Gain a city, gain one city to place, gain one town to place. Oh, but they cost a certain amount of coins. Yeah. So there's 4 currency here. This must be like era score, and these cost an amount of that. Gain the economic civic for free. This is rad as hell. Okay, I'm excited about this. Add this to the list. Things I'm really excited about. This era changing. Like mechanic here. This looks great. The city and town thing. Things I'm medium excited about. The leader civ changing after every era. But I don't know anything about that yet. So hopefully they'll tell us.
New technologies to research. New resources to acquire.
Nice. Cool.
New lands to explore.
I'm happy so far. We're vibing. We're having a good time.
If we are to take on the challenges of this new age, we must adapt and select a new civilization to represent our empire.
Interesting.
One that
Okay.
is better equipped to take on the challenges of the exploration
Oh, they didn't really
age.
show us a lot. Like, what are my options? Hold up.
This new
Hold up. We're diving deep here. What are my options? So in the bottom, play as Axiom, play as Egypt, play as Amina. Choose Songhai. What does that mean? I think I get the idea. I just don't know anything about what's happening. Like, they didn't show us really what the Egyptians were good at the beginning. It's like I just don't know what we're changing from and to here. But it seems like we're keeping our leader but changing our abilities. Okay, cool. I mean, I still don't understand what's going on, but
If we are to
I haven't
take
played
on
the
the
game, so I
challenges
suspect
of
I'm
this
not
new
meant to.
age, we must adapt and select a new civilization to represent our empire.
cool.
One that is better
I mean,
equipped to take on
broadly,
the
if this is
challenges of
executed
the
well, I love this
exploration
way
age.
more than just not changing your. So, like,
This
we'll call
new
this a good change.
civilization
Like, this is
builds on
amazing.
top
If
of
they
its past
execute it well.
legacy. And our actions in this age will inevitably influence a future yet to come.
Okay.
As we evolve, so too do our neighbors.
Yeah, local
The
festivals.
stage is set.
I just want to drink and party
new
in my
age
empire.
begins.
I don't want to conquer
Will you
anything. Can we have
follow
the
a
drinking
path
and
set by
partying victory
history?
condition?
Or will you pivot and forge something anew? What kind of empire
Knowing me,
will you
I'll
make?
pivot so often that I'll just lose.
What strategies?
Like
will
no
you pursue?
coherent strategy.
The future is yours to create.
Thanks, Gwendolyn.
In Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
All right, so that told us a lot without telling us a ton. Like, that's very... Oh, we got more. Okay, I thought this might be over. We're all good.
The journey of Hatshepsut, brought to life by our wonderful new narrator, Gwendolyn Christie, is just one potential path you can take in Civilization 7. This is made possible by our biggest new feature, Ages.
Cool.
Ages are inspired by a transformational idea for Civ, that history is built in layers.
They don't seem that different
This
from
idea
eras.
is a way of understanding how
anyway.
civilizations have grown, changed, and evolved over time.
Think of the first civilizations of the world as creating an initial foundation.
Okay.
As a civilization grows, new layers are added to that foundation in the form of things like technologies,
Yep.
schools of thought,
Perfect.
and cultural norms.
True.
At some point, civilizations, faced with a crisis that defines their time, must evolve.
Okay.
When that happens,
Also fair.
these past layers don't disappear. Instead, they now serve as a new foundation for the new civilization. As the cycle repeats, connecting the past, present, and future together.
Instead of playing as one single civilization across every age, you'll evolve your empire into a new civilization for each new age. One that is suited to take on the historical challenges.
I wonder how many
of that
ages there
time.
are. That's important info.
Every age is designed to be like a historical sandbox,
Okay.
as a way to really immerse yourself in that time.
Gotcha.
Almost everything inside
I want to
an
be
age is
immersed.
exclusive
I want to be
that
drowned
age.
in it.
That includes things like which technologies and civics you can research, what resources are available to be gained.
Oh, yes. 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 This makes more sense. I was like, this is sounding like eras. What are we talking about? Yes, this is the good shit right here. The idea that like in an era, in the second age of awesome shit, all right, you can get, there's resources, there's buildings, there's wonders. And once you're done that, you can't go back to it. Like in Civ 6, you can build the pyramids in the information era. It's like, why is that possible? Let's not do that. All right, like, yeah. I love this. The idea that there's only things you can do, or things you can only do in the era in which they're possible. And then once you pass that era, if you missed it, you missed it. Yes.
Which independent powers surround you,
Yep. I'm
to even
so
things
into
like
this.
gameplay systems.
I hope
And
I'm understanding
civilizations
that correctly
all
because
unique to
I'm
that
so
age.
into that.
Having unique civs for
Carl!
each age is something we're really
Yes,
excited
Carl.
about. In the past,
I'm just excited
every
you're here,
civ
Carl.
needed to be balanced across a game that spans all of history.
Right.
This naturally resulted in things like late era civs being strong in the late game, but weak early on.
Correct.
Now, we can balance around the age itself.
Nice.
This means we can give
I like how all the devs are like, here's all the cool stuff you're gonna be able to do, and Carl's getting ahead of like, we're just trying to balance better, man. We're just trying to make this game. He's in for the balance. He's a QA guy through and through. He's like, look, the QA team, we're doing our best. We're balancing around the ages. Just this game will be balanced. We don't want any overpowered stuff. Go, Carl. God, I love Carl.
every civ bonuses, units, and buildings that are always relevant and powerful.
Nice.
Having exclusive civs per age is
Where did they
also
film
great
this?
for historical immersion.
Is this Maryland?
Every age feels like an epic showdown of some of the great powers of that time.
We'll have 3 ages for you to play. The Antiquity Age, when agricultural societies began
Oh,
to
there's
cluster
only
into urban
3 of
centers,
them?
forming the foundations of the first civilizations.
Oh.
The
What?
Exploration Age,
That dulls my
when
excitement
the
a little
desire
bit.
for precious commodities from distant lands
Oh,
spurs
I was
empires
thinking there'd
to
be like
stretch
6 of them and you
across
could
great
really
oceans.
dive
And
into
the Modern
it.
Age, a
Oh.
period of incredible technological growth.
I mean, look, okay. It's all about the execution. Like, they could say literally anything and it's all about the execution. Just knowing nothing about the game other than that, only 2 era changes. So you're only building on top of your Civ twice. It feels way bad. I'm less excited about that now.
growth and global
I was
conflict.
pumped. Yeah,
Where
that's just come
mankind
down.
goes from the development of the steam engine to the splitting of the atom.
Oh, we can still nuke people though, so that's cool.
Every age can be played on its own or woven together into a full campaign.
We'll be doing full campaigns only.
In past games, civs and leaders were always tied together and came as a package deal of agendas, abilities, units, and more.
Correct.
With civs being exclusive to ages, we're excited to introduce a new innovation for leaders. For the first time in franchise history,
Can I change their
leaders
costumes?
are now selected independently from civilizations.
Gotcha.
You can now mix and match unique
Nice.
parts of different civs and leaders, unlocking all new strategic combinations.
Yeah, I'm into this.
Staying true to Civ's spirit of experimentation.
Yeah,
For players
I'm so
who want
into
to
this.
stick
This
to
is
more
good.
historical pairings, a useful indicator will appear on the Civ selection screen.
Yeah, I'm into
We're
this.
also taking the opportunity to expand who we consider to be a leader in Civilization
Cool.
7. We'll continue to have traditional heads of state, such as Hatshepsut, but we're also excited to have new leaders in areas such as philosophy, religion, science, and more.
Wonderful. How
Having
fun.
leaders stay the same across ages helps bring a sense of who you're playing against in Civilization 7. It also gives you the opportunity to keep the theme of evolution going. As your empire evolves from one age to the next, it's important that your leader grows as well.
Nice.
All leaders now
Nice.
have attributes.
Why are we skipping over this shit? Why is it like the 3 ages thing a real bummer, right? And it's all about execution, so I could be, just talking smack about something that's really cool, right? But it's like, here's all the cool building on top of stuff, but it's only happening twice. But this is way cool. Like a leader that like you can't change. I get why they wouldn't do this. I get why they wouldn't like have your leader changed, because it's such an iconic part of Civ is picking your leader, having the profile there. You know what I mean? Like that is civilization, right? Like it's very obviously you're going through thousands of years. You'd be like, hundreds of different leaders over that time. But so you stick with one leader. I get it, right? But having your leader be able to like change and mix and match, right? I would assume they each start with certain traits like this, and you have like in Crusader Kings or whatever, you have like the 5 different paths that you can go down depending on your education, right? So I imagine this is like a really cool, yeah, you have your points available depending on your personality, maybe points available depending on what you're accomplishing in the game, maybe certain wonders give you certain points for economic or expansionist or scientific. This is amazing. I love this. This is great. This is the thing I was most excited about, the era thing, which has dulled a little bit now, but this seems incredible.
Next, it's important that your leader grows as well. All leaders now have attributes that can further specialize their skills.
Nice.
These attributes can be gained in a variety of ways, from completing narrative events to rewards for researching certain technologies and civics.
Perfect.
Overall, leaders are getting a huge upgrade.
Yeah, I'm into
They're more
this.
powerful, more varied, and more strategically interesting than ever. We cannot wait for you to discover your new favorite leader in Civilization 7.
Who is going to be my favorite leader? That's a good question. Evolving your empire. Okay, bring me back in on
When
the
one
eras
age
thing.
ends and you begin an age transition, it is an incredibly exciting moment. You'll select a new
The
civilization
2 times you get to do
represent
it
your
in
empire
an
a new
8-hour
age.
gameplay.
You'll choose parts of your past civ to carry forward in
I just want to say I'm going to eat so much crow when this is really cool and I'm just dunking on it, but hey,
a new one. And the game map literally expands, filled with new independent powers to befriend.
Oh, that's great.
New
That's really
resources to
cool.
acquire,
I love that.
and new discoveries to be made.
Yeah, I'm into that. Like a map that actually
During an
gets
age
bigger as you
transition, There are
go.
a few factors that determine which civ you can evolve into. This includes any historical connections between your previous and future civ, your choice of leader, and even certain gameplay decisions that you made in the past age.
Perfect.
Every civ plays differently. Across your game, you might want to stay as true to history as possible, only selecting civs that have historical ties to each other. Or you might switch to civs that fit your strategic needs.
There are so many possible paths to explore.
Yeah, I'm so into
So
this,
many
right?
diff-
Like, having the civs that you can choose to go into based on like things you're doing in the game makes perfect sense. It helps keep the strat. Like one of the things I was worried about just at the beginning of this video was that like it's really hard to like I was worried that I would just pivot between strategies that made no sense, but it seems like the game has a way of like merging that. So like every time you do something in the game, it's meaningful for the later choices you make, which I think is always fun.
Different choices you can make. The potential for strategy in Civilization 7 is nearly endless.
That's until we immediately find the best strategy and just use it over and over and over again.
Something we hear often from players is about how when you play a game of Civ, you forget the world around you.
Correct.
Video
I
games,
agree with that.
more than any other medium, have this ability to completely immerse you in another universe. Whether it's through art, music, cinematic moments, or language, our goal is to bring your Civ world to life.
Getting the look and feel for Civilization 7 right is critical. So it's important to make sure we are capturing that through our art style.
Oh, I've noticed
spent
the
a lot of
art
time as a
style is
kid
distinctly
in
different,
museums,
so I'm
especially
glad
the
to hear him
diorama
talk about it.
sections. And being able to walk by and see these little miniatures that aren't moving, but there's a story told in them, was something that I always found intriguing. Technology changes every time we put one of these games out, and each time we put one out, we can do more. And we're at a spot in the industry now where we've just got a lot of tools and a lot of power under our belts to represent the entire world of Civilization. We're hoping that the players can look into this game, see the diametric detail on this, and tell their own stories that they've never told before. Everything is going to fit together in such a different way than it has in the past from Civilization, and I think it's going to give you a much more realistic version of the simulation that you're trying to create. We took a lot what we learned in the Civ 6 and learned from that, trying to open up some more spaces and everything. And we adjusted the tone from 6 a bit, and I think it's what our fans are looking for, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Interestingly enough, I think he's right that broadly people want a less cartoonish looking Civilization game and that this looks stunning. I think my personal taste is for a slightly more cartoonish looking Civilization game, but this is beautiful. It's stunning. I love this art direction. I'm excited. I like them trying something new. I like them trying to rough it up a bit and make it seem like a more realistic art style, and I understand why they'd want to do that, and I'm very blown away by how this game looks. It looks very beautiful.
Fun for them. It's something that nobody else is doing, and nobody but Firaxis can do.
I think players will love how combat looks. We greatly expanded the variety of units.
Yeah, I'll like it for like 10 seconds until I turn on quick combat.
One another.
I'm sure it looks stunning.
You'll see and hear the
I wonder what
crashing
percentage
swords
people
and
play
steel.
with quick combat on. Probably 5%.
Units have a higher level of fidelity than ever before. Everything from the little parts and pieces and details on the armor set to the entire representation of a whole army on a battlefield.
Now this does look really good.
I feel like this is going to become your Civ. Like this is the one. It has the look.
Firaxis takes its representation of different cultures in Civ 7 very seriously. Language is a critical part of Civilization.
Okay.
It's how people tell their story. This is important because we are trying to teach through this game, and it's important to our players. They want to see their cultures represented correctly. In many cases, some players have never seen their cultures represented anywhere else. It brings great pride and joy to be able to see themselves included in the history of the world.
Music also plays an important role in bringing out the spirit and essence of each civilization. Every Civ has its own theme,
I just don't know if I have
and
much
we're
to say
excited
about the
share
music
Chris
or like the
Tim, who
cultural
composed the Grammy
inclusivity,
Award-winning theme Baba
right?
Yaga
Like
for
I'm
Civilization
Canadian.
4,
We had Wilfred in
and
the
the
last
main
game.
theme
Like
for
I'm just really not the
Civilization
best person to talk
is
about either of
returning
these
for
two
Civilization
things.
7, and we cannot wait for you to hear it.
I mean, the music in 6 was amazing.
Today represents just an initial look at what's to come in Civilization 7. We have so much more to share, from gameplay deep dives to first looks at new leaders and civilizations, to what you can expect from Civ 7 post-launch.
Nice.
Sid Meier's Civilization 7 releases on February 11th, 2025, and is available to pre-order today. Players who
Interesting.
pre-order Civilization 7 will receive the Tecumseh and Shawnee pack. And if you haven't already, be sure to create a 2K account and sign up for our Civ newsletter to receive the latest updates.
Who's getting
Doing
their
so
updates
will
from a
unlock the exclusive
newsletter in
Emperor
2024?
persona for Napoleon in
Just
Civilization
subscribe
7.
to this YouTube channel. What are we
And as
doing?
a special thank you, if you use that same 2K account to play Civ 6, you'll automatically unlock Napoleon's revolutionary persona in Civ 7.
Nice.
Check out our website at civilization.com
Revolutionary
for full details,
Napoleon. Hell
and be
yeah.
sure to follow Civ for all the latest.
We hope you enjoyed this first look at Civilization 7. The entire team at Firaxis has been working very hard to make sure we deliver a game that gives you more reasons to take just one more turn.
What a good line
we
reading.
welcome Civ
I still don't
7
really know
into
who
the Civ
she
family,
is. She's the president
I
of
think
it,
back to
the whole
legacy
thing,
of
but
Civilization.
hey, great line reading.
Of 30 years of development, refinement,
Nice.
iteration, exploration, of the millions of players that have contributed, of the billions of hours that have been played.
The
So proud
billions
to
of
be here for
hours.
this moment.
I'm
Welcoming
thousands
Civ
of those
7
billions.
into the family.
Dun, dun, dun,
February
dun.
11th,
I'm buzzed.
2025
This
isn't
is
too
great.
far away. We're excited to be taking this journey with you.
Build something you believe in. That's the tagline. Let's do it. Let's build something we believe in. All right. Look, I deep dived as much as I could. What is this? This is okay. Maybe I added 10 minutes to this just in deep dive and pause and talking about it. Overall impressions, mostly great. A few question marks here and there that I just won't know. And I don't want to, I think that in games, I'm becoming more and more jaded broadly about like pre-ordering things and getting games that don't work on release and just having like needing like 97 patches and a bunch of DLC just to get a complete game. And so I'm a little bit, I just like when I look this forward to a game, I'm a little bit trepidatious about like diving right in and really allowing myself to be that excited just in case things go off the rails and it doesn't work very well. However, what I will say is I trust the team at Firaxis with my life. Every time I've interacted with anybody on the team, which is minimal, you know what I mean, mostly CivGive related stuff, they just seem so passionate and so dedicated. And it really does seem like one of those, you know, companies that is really dedicated to making an amazing game that we're all going to really enjoy. I like almost everything that they're attempting to do. You just don't know how it plays out until you do it. And even then, there'll be patches, there'll be DLC. You don't even really have a full opinion on it until they've done the best version of it after people have played it. And so on a hype meter, if I'm doing a hype meter for Civ 7, like 1 to 10, 10 is the most hyped I've ever been for a game. 1 is the least hyped I could possibly be. I'm going to go with like an 8.5. I am really excited for this. Like every new feature idea that they talked about in this trailer, every bit of direction, every bit of art style change, like all of these things are things that broadly excite me, with a couple of question marks coming up that I'm sure they'll get into as we kind of do those deep dives and do those releases. But if I'm being an honest broker and going through and saying like, was that a good gameplay showcase for Civ 7? I think it was near perfect, but like it introduced enough new stuff to get me excited. And you could see that when you watch the video back, like the two main things that I was like, oh, I was like leaning back in my chair. I was like, yes, I want that so bad. And then for everything else, I'm like, oh, that's pretty similar to Civ 6. And I really like Civ 6. Like, oh, that's pretty similar to Civ 6. And I really liked Civ 6. And so I think that this gameplay showcase has got me as excited as I'm allowing myself to be for this game. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to make content about it. Yeah, I'll go at 8.5 out of 10 on the hype meter. And in terms of like what they needed to do, I'll go like a 9.5 out of 10. I think this was as good of a gameplay showcase as they could have put together for a 20-minute thing. But in terms of how much I'm allowing myself to be excited, I'll go an 8.5 out of 10 on the hype meter. Thank you so much for watching this. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this gameplay showcase, what you think about Civ 7. I'd love to chat with you about it. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one.